Underwood. Thin ice! To smoke some weed and shut up. My God.
Oh, there it is. Boom! Yes!
Alrighty. I hate the way I sound, by the way. Episode 168. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is. Did we do one? We did one in August already, right?
We did.
Yeah.
We're really
2 in August. Wow.
Ramping it up for you guys.
Well, they're not going to see us in September, but whatever.
Yeah. Steve's here. What's going on? Zach, how you doing? Electric opening.
Yeah, sir. I mean, you know,
Ethan's got it, guys.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and a lot of folks probably see this as well, is that it's a lot easier to just figure out a way to do it yourself than overpay some dweeb who thinks that they're super good at it and wants way too much money. And that's just what it is. And I don't really care. And a lot of these services or whatever that you can do for free or just pay a little bit and then do it, they do most of the work for you. I didn't really do very much there. Anyway, I'm trying to look at last year. We didn't do anything in July last year. We did 1 in August, 1 in September, 2 in October, and then we went. So this year, just to give everybody, a sense of, I don't know if we're trying harder or just doing more. I don't know what it is.
I think our fans are complaining more because we're not doing episodes. I think that's what it is.
That seems a little much by you, but we did 2 in June, 1 in July. This is our 2nd in August. But I think the off season being, longer in terms of there's better players available way later than there used to be. And Illinois' roster drama went all the way up to the NBA draft deadline. So anyway, moving along from that, I think last time we did a recap of the first Spain game. It was right before the second one. There was 2 more after the one that we discussed. So I guess the first thing here is to wrap up the Spain trip.
Yeah, and one of those we actually got to watch. So that was nice. There was no sound, so it was a little weird watching silent basketball, but I mean, the team's athletic. There's no doubt about it. Their shooting continued to struggle for most of the trip. But yeah, I think some takeaway. I mean, the freshmen looked good. You could see how athletic DGL was. He didn't shoot very well. Also, I think he was 2 for 17 from 3. But Underwood said of him, quote, Draven didn't shoot great, but it's really hard to judge over there. He talked about the ball is different over there and you don't practice in between. So guys get out of rhythm. But we got to see him run the point a little bit, along with Moretti, which I thought Moretti was really good in the game we got to watch, at least his court vision and the way he can distribute as a point guard. Underwood praised him and Hansberry about them in the pick and roll. There should be a drinking game with Brad Underwood when he does press conferences with the word elite, because he loves that word. But he said of Moretti, quote, he's an elite passer. He's elite in pick and rolls. He had some great spurts with Amani. Amani is a great screener, which Illinois hasn't had in a while. So somebody that can set screens is nice. And he has an uncanny ability to get out of them. About Moretti, he's got to continue to work defensively and grow on that end. I had some unknowns about him going in, but I felt great coming out with his play. Yeah, my only worry is Moretti, him transferring over to Big Ten play, a little bit more physical. He still looks a little small, but
well, the good news is that you're not going to see him in Big Ten play this year because he's not going to play.
You don't think he's going to play at all, huh?
Nope.
All right. Well.
And also, I'll say this. There's zero value in the word elite when it comes to Brad Underwood at this point.
It means absolutely nothing.
The amount of times that we've had quotes on this show with Brad Underwood using the word elite is, from a percentage perspective, is probably like 75% of his quotes.
Yeah, I don't know if he can.
Elite.
I don't know if he can talk about a player without saying elite.
Yeah.
So.
And what were the unknowns with Moretti in terms of like how he would playing the system and how he would adjust and
I
get a little stronger.
assume that it was his
Or did Jeff
physicality.
Alexander just not pay attention and blindly bring him in for no reason?
Jeff Alexander didn't care.
That's my spin, because Jeff Alexander,
Hey,
whatever.
100. They put up 100 with Alexander coaching. So
I want to leave the door open for us to get a chance to get Brad Underwood on the show, so I'm not going to say anything. And I think maybe we do have a chance, because I think there's no offense to the old PR guy. I think his name was Kent, who retired, but maybe the new, well, he retired. Long time career there. It's not his fault that Brad wasn't on. It was probably my fault for asking too late. But maybe a new blood in there. Maybe we'll see.
It probably won't be this year, but
I'll throw a request out next week and see what happens.
Okay. Sounds like plan. The other freshman, Hansberry, his last game, he had a double-double with 19 points, 11 rebounds. He averaged 11 points and 7 rebounds in 16 minutes per game. And Underwood did not say he was elite. He said he was, quote, outstanding. So definitely switched it up there. The other guy, I really didn't talk about, I didn't put anything down about like the main guys that we've kind of already talked about. But Underwood talked about Justin Harmon a little bit. Harmon was very consistent. He didn't, he doesn't do anything crazy, but he's there. Averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in 19 minutes per game. And Underwood had to say about him is, quote, the ball just finds Justin. He's just always in the right spot. The ball finds him. That's a knack. That doesn't happen for everybody.
Oh boy.
He's always in the right position. I think he has a chance to be an elite defender.
Twice. Wow.
So, yeah, back-to-backs. So
maybe that adds a little bit of value to the word if he uses it twice.
Yeah.
Double it up.
We talked about three-point shooting a little bit. It's still bad. They were 16 for 79 from 3, shooting 20%. Brad again talked about how, guys are rhythm shooters and they got to be in a routine. He talked a little bit about Goody, how he's a great shooter and he didn't shoot particularly well. He went 0 for 5 in the last game. But he was happy because only 32% of their shots were threes, where last year they averaged 42% of their shots being threes. I'm sure a lot of that was Matthew Meyer, of course, but so he doesn't seem worried about the 3-point shooting. He said, Marcus Damask did not play, and he's one of their best shooters. So it's just one of those things where you hope that it's better once they get in a rhythm. Brad seems to think it will be better, but
the ball is different.
That's
a factor.
It's multicolored.
It's maybe a different texture.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not the exact type of leather that Nike uses.
Why didn't Illinois take their own balls?
European rules, dude.
Okay. Fair enough.
And the rims looked a little different too.
Yeah. I thought Danger looked good. He looked pretty good for the times that he played.
I think we all expect that because of all the hype.
He definitely looks like he's slimmed down a little bit too. So, was there anybody else you want to talk about?
Nope.
That's all I got. All right. Underwood had a couple more things to say at the media day when they got back from Spain. They asked him to rank his trip, and he said Madrid 1, the Winery 2, Barcelona 3, Valencia 4 in that order. So I assume him and Jeff Alexander just sat at the wineries all day. He said, quote, there's a lot of positives. We went over there with a real simple mindset, played really hard to try to stay within the basic fundamental things we had in offensively, try to play with those concepts, offensive rebounds, and be really good in our ball screen coverage. The second or third game, they had a ton of offensive rebounds. So
feels like it was the one that we watched.
Was it the one we watched? Yeah. So they are attacking the boards. Justin Harmon, really good to see him, average 5 rebounds as a point guard, and not a huge point guard. So, or I guess shooting guard. Is he a shooting guard? What is he?
Pretty much, yeah.
Brad also said, quote, I think we did those things. We accomplished all of those things at a very high clip. the competition was obviously not Big Ten caliber competition. But again, you're playing against pros, guys that are older and more mature. And then Brad said on his thoughts on the lineup, I think you're going to give your thoughts on the lineup later because that's more your thing, not my thing.
Certainly.
So, he said, quote, one that just jumps out defensively. We had Ty Rogers at the point, Terrence Shannon at the 2, Luke Goody at the 3, Quincy Guerrier,
Jesus.
and Coleman Hawkins at the 5. So defensively, that team was pretty imposing. And then he also
I think Guerrier really gets after the boards.
Guerrier. All right.
Quincy.
Underwood also said, what's he go by? He has a nickname, right?
Candy something?
Candyman.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just call him that. He said, quote, we had another one where we had Sincere at the 2, slid Terrence to the 3, had Luke at the 4, and Dane at the 5, and they were equally as good defensively.
Who was the 1? Ty?
I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter who the 1 was.
I thought you were going to get to the end of that and say Dane at the 1. And yeah.
I don't know. I'm not Brad. He's the one that said it. Uh-oh.
Oh, yep, we're fine. Yeah, he's circle talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Talking in circles. Also, I think the questions that sometimes that he gets asked are stupid.
Well, I mean, if you got a media pass, you could ask the real questions.
I think it'd be pretty miserable to sit in there.
That's true.
So.
But yeah, so that was Spain. They got to play. They apparently got to drink wine, and they got to come home.
Not all the players can do that.
I don't know. Spain, it's probably 18, right?
Well, not all the players should do that.
That's true. All right. Some exciting news came out on the Twitter. I think it came out on Twitter with Brad and Bill Self FaceTiming each other.
Yeah, I'm sure they set that up themselves. Yeah, Illinois doing an exhibition for Maui against Kansas at the State Farm Center in October. Obviously, with the fires and such in Maui right now, October 29th at 5 p.m. Central Time. All proceeds will benefit the Hawaii Community Foundation. I said that correctly, by the way. Maui Strong Fund. And if you say Hawaii instead of Hawaii or Hawaii, you're an idiot, as I just sounded there.
Yeah, okay.
Don't say Hawaii, okay? It's lazy.
Okay, all right. Well,
Hawaii or Hawaii. It should be Hawaii. That's what it should be.
With a V?
Yeah. Have you never heard of Halava, the prison there? Spelled with a W.
I've heard of lava that comes out of the volcano that has a V in it.
Halava, the maximum security prison in on Oahu.
Somebody fact check Ethan on this. I don't
Halaw.
Hold on. If you're from Central Illinois, though, do you say it like that, or do you say?
Yeah, you do when you have respect for the land. I mean, seriously,
right.
Jesus.
All right. So yeah, they're going to sell tickets to this thing, and it's going to be on Big Ten Network. First watch party this year. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about maybe going to the game, but sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the game.
One of the two certainly would be good. End of October, so a couple months from now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they do this like they actually play, or if they do like the things they did at the secret scrimmage. But I guess now you will be able to actually tell people that Illinois beat them and be truthful about it instead of saying that Illinois beat them when you were lying all year last year.
Yeah, that's not true. They're going to get beat this time, though. It'll be a fake win for Hunter Dickinson against Illinois. So there you go.
Steve says they would have found any reason to make this practice live. They didn't make it live last year, though.
This is like an actual exhibition game. This won't be a practice.
Secret scrimmage.
This will be a 2020 game.
Okay.
20 and a half.
I hope that they practice shooting threes for like 5 days.
I was going to say, are people going to freak out
when
they shoot 5 for 27 from three as a team? Are people going to freak out?
You know, the only way I freak out is if Illinois doesn't shoot less threes. It's the only way.
You know, Kansas is really good.
Yeah.
They almost beat the Bahamas national team. Now, I think that was before the Bahamas team got Eric Gordon, who was really good for them.
So do you think this is a play everybody type exhibition, or do you think this
probably,
is
it's an exhibition, so yeah, probably. Get some AJ Red minutes. Those
AJ
are always
Red
big time.
starting minutes?
Max Williams, is that a person? Yeah.
Never heard of her. Embrat says, what do you think the record is after the non-conference? Season ticket holders have first pick at tickets, and Kansas is preseason number 1. We will talk about the non-conference here shortly. Actually, next.
Let's do a watch party.
Watch party? You in?
Yeah.
Bergie says to practice the free throws also.
And you know what? We'll throw this in there as well. Here's what we'll do. If anybody wants to send money for that, we will put it in this fund or whatever the closest thing that we can do to that fund.
Oh, donate to the Maui
Yeah,
Fund?
because we did the Jimmy V Classic last year. I donated some money to the Jimmy V Foundation, and I think the Jimmy V Foundation does great stuff. However, I get letters and emails all the time from them wanting more money. So let's relax. I don't have any money, guys. I just did that because I respect Jimmy V a lot and Dickie V, and
Will you do it this year too?
Probably, yeah. But yeah,
guy Ethan. See, you guys all think he's a jerk.
Well, I think that it's important to kind of be a douchebag, and then also at the same time talk about how you're giving back at the same time.
That sounds like something a douchebag would do.
That's exactly right. So yeah, we'll do that, and maybe we'll put some of our own money in that as well. So we'll figure it out. But October 29th, we do have a business account for this podcast, which we can put some of that money in there as well. Okay. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. October 29th, 5 p.m., State Farm Center. Bill Self returning.
Yeah. Does he get booed?
He shouldn't, especially since this is for a charity thing.
And it's been 87 years.
And how could anybody blame him for going to Kansas?
Nobody can blame him.
Yeah.
Dickerson loses to the Illini again. I think Dickerson's going to get
I think we should call him Dickerson until he beats Illinois.
I think Dickerson might get one here. So, but
yeah,
should be fun. Should be
it'll be a good time. And then a few days later they'll have an exhibition against Ottawa, correct? November 3rd, is that?
Yeah, the Ottawa Fighting Ducks, right?
Certainly, why not? Sure. I didn't even know that they had a school or a basketball team. Are they going to be playing them in basketball or hockey? I don't know.
It might be a high school team. You don't know.
Might be a hockey game. Who do you think would be the best skater on this team?
Probably Kuchar.
Probably DGL. Good answer. All right. The non-conference schedule finally released. I've been bitching about it for weeks about how they were taking forever because a lot of other teams had already come out with it.
You shall receive.
Monday, November 6th is the first game of the season. They will be playing Eastern Illinois. I believe this is the second year in a row. Didn't they play Eastern first last year?
They did, yes.
Oh, great. I'm just going to go over the schedule. Then when we get to the question at the end is when we'll talk about our predictions.
Sounds great.
Jeffrey says, put in for a press pass. You can ask real questions of the fans. I mean, nobody wants that. Sorry, but come on. I don't want to do that. And if you want to do that, go ahead.
He doesn't want to do it, but he complains about the media.
That's how this works. Yeah, that's how this works.
That's how it works.
Gives us a reason to talk about how we think that they.
We couldn't complain if we could actually go ask questions, right?
Brad doesn't want to hear from us. Friday, November 10th, we'll be home against Oakland. Tuesday, November 14th, home against Marquette. The Gavitt games. Gavitt games really mixing it up. Both times Illinois playing in it, they play Marquette. Mm-hmm. Friday, November 17th.
I said it was a home and away, like it was already contracted.
That's stupid. Home against Valpo on the 17th. Sunday, November 19th. Home
the Reverend's back.
Yep. Roger Powell returning to the SFC. Yes. Friday, November 24th. Home against Western Illinois. Monday, November 27th. So that's Black Friday, right? The 24th.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be
terrible day to have it. I was excited to go to that, but
Black Friday, I think there's an NFL game on Black Friday as well. Yeah. But Western is going to get obliterated. Yeah. So good for them. Monday, November 27th against Colgate. Weird prediction by you here, but we'll get to that. Tuesday, December 5th. The December schedule is weird. December 5th is Florida Atlantic from Madison Square Garden, the Jimmy V Classic. Saturday, December 9th at Tennessee. And then they have 13 days between their next game, which is Missouri. And then so that's 3 games.
So they'll shoot well in that game.
Yeah, 3 games in 20 days is insane.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not have like a December 13th or 14th game in there somewhere? But Friday, December 22nd against Missouri, bragging rights. And then Friday, December 29th is home against Fairleigh Dickinson. And if you remember last year's late December game, it was Alabama A&M, and Illinois was on the ropes for a second there in the second half. They did not look good against Alabama A&M. That was coming off of getting embarrassed by both Penn State and Missouri in December. But you know what? I just realized something, and now I feel really stupid. They're probably going to have a Big Ten game or two somewhere in here as well.
That's true. They play those 2 early ones.
So if I had to guess, I would say you'll probably have a game on the 2nd or the 3rd, and then a game on like the 12th or 13th. So that's on me there, guys. I'm glad I caught it before the comment section rips me apart.
Yeah.
But, this is just stupid. Let's have 2 random conference games in December. Like, stupid. And it'll probably be Maryland, and they'll lose their yearly game to Maryland, and then the other one will be like, Rutgers. Jeez.
Jeff says, didn't see any Spain footage. Do you think they will be better on the lower blocks this year?
The answer is yes, but I don't think there's any correlation between the Spain footage and that. I think we saw a lot of crashing the boards from guys like Hansberry and QG, Candyman, and Hawkins will do it as well. And Dane, if he can improve a little bit in that area, get a little bit more aggressive, stop being I don't even know the word I was going to use. Fat would be what comes to mind. If Dane could stop doing that, what? I mean, it was a little chunky.
I guess the thing, can it get worse? I mean, it's the same guy's back.
Seems like they're a little bigger this year. They're a little bigger this year.
I think Hansberry is going to play some of the 5.
Your replacement for Meyer is a guy who's going to crash the boards more. And there's not even really a replacement for Meyer, but the guy that's going to play the similar position, whether it's Guerrier or Hansberry, are guys that are going to crash the boards rather than shoot threes and do super cool things and then miss threes as well.
Super cool things.
Yeah. Okay. It's scheduled. Very exciting. Pretty mixed schedule in terms of difficulty. Not too hard. Couple hard games here and there. The Missouri game's obviously a yearly thing, yearly expectation for a loss. Fairleigh Dickinson's a fun little team. I mean, I think they're going to be awful this year, but it was a fun story last year. Right. And Florida Atlantic should be preseason top 5. So
I mean, Illinois is going to play at least 3 top.
Will Illinois be ranked when they play Florida Atlantic? Based on your predictions, seems like no. Based on mine, it seems like yes.
Correct.
So we'll get there. Give it a second. I don't know what this Kingfisher BS is. I really
what do you mean?
Go ahead.
How do we not talk about the Kingfisher? Are you guys
I'm so checked out on this story.
If you're an Illinois fan, I feel like we've been remiss not to talk about it up till now. And you know how we like to delay to 45 minutes. So I figured to give us a little bit of
You're
time.
going to have to bring me up to speed on this because I don't even know what's going on.
So the student union, or I don't even know what they're called, they have came up with the Kingfisher. It passed their votes or whatever. And this stupid looking bird was wandering campus the last few days, getting pictures, doing all this stuff.
Can I find a picture of it?
Yeah, it's all over Twitter.
X? Sorry, I'm just
X.
It's Twitter. Yeah. Don't call it X.
So I just wanted to get your thoughts on if we are going to have to change this to the Kingfisher Basketball Podcast.
I don't understand at
all. So the students apparently want a mascot. The funny thing is, I never thought of the Chief as a mascot.
That wouldn't change the name of the.
It shouldn't, right? That's my thoughts. But do you not think they're going to come after the Illini name? Like what? I just don't get it. Is it supposed to be like a baseball mascot where you got the Philly Fanatic that looks like a Birdo from Mario Brothers? No, you got to find the.
Well, this is just one thing.
You got to find the guy dressed up. They actually already made this.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
the kingfisher as a bird looks cool, but what's its correlation to? Because it's orange and blue.
apparently, it's native to Illinois, even though I've never seen one.
I
in
don't know
my
if I buy
life.
that. Yeah, I don't either.
So I don't know. So this is what the Illinois students, some of them, are trying to push down our throats. Is this silly bird? Which, I mean, I told my buddies that if the bird went out there and danced like the Chief used to at halftime of the games, I'd be okay with it. But other than that, get him out of here.
It says it's African.
Well, apparently they think that it's hurricane.
Most species of kingfisher are found in Australia, Asia, and Africa. How dumb are these students? How dumb? How dumb?
Pretty dumb, yeah.
Like, not only does our student section completely suck, we also have idiot students whose parents pay for them to go to this overpriced shit college known as the University of Illinois. And we're a basketball podcast. What do we have to do with the academics?
That's true.
What college in America that's the size of U of I isn't overpriced and a complete scam? Anyway, seriously, people agree, but I can't even find this kingfisher thing that you're talking about on the
I don't
thing.
know where it's at. I
remember seeing it. I just don't.
This stupid bird was all over the place.
Oh God, that's just a disaster.
Illinois.
What are they going to be, the Illinois Kingfishers? That's just not going to happen. Don't you think there has to be some sort of? Doesn't Whitman have a say?
There it is. I found it.
Does Whitman not have a say in this?
Look at this stupid thing. Present.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's like a oh God. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I advise anybody listening to this to go to the YouTube version and see how stupid this thing looks.
Yeah, you gotta look at the kingfisher. So yeah, so that's what's happening at the U of I right now. Is
I would like to announce, I think you'll agree, that as of this moment, if Illinois changes their mascot to that and you have that thing standing around campus, we are a free agent podcast.
Bergie says Stanford had a tree. Yeah, but Cardinals go in trees.
There's a difference between stupid things that can be so stupid that they're cool and just stupid things. And that thing that I just saw on our campus, not our campus, but the campus of the Illinois basketball, that's where the basketball players are, that thing looks stupid. I don't even want to use some of the words that I'm thinking right now. I'm not even gonna.
What the hell is that's the kingfisher? That's what the student body's trying to force upon us. So
how about they waste their time doing pointless schoolwork rather than stuff that is this stupid?
Jay said he just got here. He says after the Spain trip, seems like the same concerns as last year. 3-point shooting and free throw makes. Team will probably have to play great D and get buckets in transition.
No.
That's what we're hoping for. I mean, no.
I strongly advise against taking much away from the Spain trip.
Yeah. I mean, I agree in some aspects of.
No, you should agree in all aspects, but go ahead.
In some aspects, I mean, you still are putting a basketball in a hoop. Doesn't change that much.
Season starts in 3 months, and the rotation is going to be completely different than what it was there.
Jeff says what we liked last year was a guy who could take the game over from 10 to 12 feet out to make a defense collapse. Who's that guy this year?
Do you need that guy? I don't know if you really need that guy.
I mean,
Did San Diego State have that guy last year?
I think Terrence Shannon can be that guy. He just doesn't take pull-ups.
UConn didn't really have that guy either because Jordan Hawkins wasn't a guy that was going to create his own shot as often as those guys do. I don't think you need that guy to be good. I think you need a team. Creighton was a team. San Diego State was a team. UConn was a team. Florida Atlantic was a team. Need I go on?
363 teams in college basketball.
Miami was a team. Arizona was a team. Lost in the first round. Princeton was a team. Houston was a team. Let's see. Kansas State was a team. Michigan State was a team. Tennessee was a team. Gonzaga was a team. UCLA was a team.
All right.
Do any of those teams have one guy that's going to take the game over and make the defense collapse? I'm not so sure, because part of that is creating your own shot. And I don't think that that's a thing that great college basketball teams need a lot of those guys. It's very helpful, but I think it's more important in the NBA than in college.
I think the biggest thing that I noticed about Spain, the little that we saw at Spain, is just the movement, the speed of the team, the athleticism
Texas
of
was
the
a
team,
team.
to go out. They run. I didn't realize that like everybody can throw it down. So
Alabama was not a team.
Nobody cares about you saying teams.
Brandon Miller
Somebody in the
was that
comment
guy,
section
and they
tell him to
lost
shut up.
in the Sweet 16.
Need Goody to hit high percentage from 3. That's why he's here, right? Yeah, he will.
Here's the number.
Goody and Domask will. I think
Luke
they'll
Goody needs to shoot
40,
this from
40%.
3.
39, 40%. Yeah.
Kareem nailed it. Nothing to throw to. It just hit the ground. Yeah. Do you want me to? Houston was
You
a
want to keep
team. Did I
naming
say that?
teams?
No. Arkansas was a team. We saw that up close. They thought maybe Nick Smith could be that guy, but he wasn't that guy.
Yep.
Kentucky was a team. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the questions, I guess. We have Twitter questions.
Yeah, we actually got questions.
Sort of. Not great questions, but they're questions.
Wow.
What do you want me to say? I mean, we're not going to lose viewers.
Ray Finkel, 2013, is a lifetime fan.
How do you know I was talking about him?
Well, because only 2 people asked questions.
The other one wasn't even a question, but whatever.
That's true.
These weren't really questions either. But anyway, they're topics, I suppose. At Ray Finkel 2013, I'm sure he wants you to follow him. If he does, then there you go. Maybe gain like 2 followers from that.
Ray Finkel has like 16 names.
Yeah, it's very confusing, but there you go. Starting lineup / rotations. That's a loaded question. I will say this. I think the starting lineup is one of 2 things. I think it's Ty, TSJ, Goody, Hawkins, Danger, or you swap out Danger and Guerrier. And that's the only option I see, which would mean Coleman at the 5, which I think it should be Danger at the 5 to start the season.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think it will be.
So you think it's going to be the other option?
I do. I think that
why? Because Brad said he likes that. Brad said he likes that in August. Come on.
I just don't like. I don't know if Danger gives you that much more being on the court.
Your bench, Sincere, Damask, Harmon are probably your first 3 off. And then Dane, if he doesn't start, or Guerrier would come off. And you'll see a little DGL in there, and you'll probably see some Hansberry.
So how many guys you just named?
11, 10. 10-man rotation. See you later, Moretti.
Rotation. See you, Moretti.
Did I forget anybody important? I feel like I forgot somebody.
Did you say Domask?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you got everybody.
Yep. See ya, Moretti.
I bet Moretti plays 3 minutes a game.
Maybe in the early stages of the season, but in Big Ten play, you're not going to see him.
Yeah. Jay says he liked what he saw from Dre. Dude will be a solid player.
Yeah, he'll be really good when he's at Kansas State next year or whatever.
Don't get them on our bad side. We don't need that.
It's just going to happen. Floor / ceiling predictions for this team.
All right. In the Big Ten, my ceiling is 3rd place. I think that's the best Illinois can do. My floor is 8th place.
We're a little different on that.
Okay. What do you think?
2nd, I think, is the ceiling. I don't think that they're going to be better than. I don't think they can be better than both Purdue and Michigan State.
Yeah.
And then floor, I think, is 10th.
Okay. So
at 14, so that's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I said eighth just because I think this is a tournament team, and if they're 10th, I don't think they're making the tournament. I think that Illinois, my ceiling for the NCAA tournament is Sweet 16. My floor, of course, would be a first round exit. So
My ceiling is Elite Eight,
ooh,
and my floor is missing.
not
the tournament.
making the tournament.
Yeah.
You might as well say national championship and
I
not
mean,
making
what do you want me to
it.
say?
Like,
I mean, I didn't say Final Four.
that's true.
It's just, I mean, I'm not trying to you're trying to act like the tournament's a foregone conclusion.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, this should be a tournament team. I think that if this team doesn't make the tournament, then we're in trouble.
What's their floor and ceiling for seeding?
I think they can be as high as a 5 seed, and I think they could be in a play-in game.
I'll go 3 seed and 11, which could be a play-in because you had, let's see, what were the play-ins last year? No. Arizona State was the team. Where's the other one at? Arizona State was an 11, right? No. Yeah, they were an 11. They played TCU, and then the other one was up there. Pitt. Pitt was the team. Pitt played in the plan. So, yeah, 11 could be a playing team.
Yeah. Jeff says, what I was getting at, defenses cheat out because we don't have great inside game, forcing 3-point percentage down, more contested shots. I think the thing is that we have guys that can get to the lane without having a dominant big like Kofi. So like Ty Rodgers can get to the lane. Dre can get to the lane. Terrence Shannon, that's his best game is getting downhill. So I think that 10 to 12 footers, I mean, yeah, we don't have anybody that has a mid-range game, but I think Goody could do that. But he's not going to create his own shot. Tanya Asved says, hi, my name is Tanya. Welcome, Tanya. Thanks for stopping by.
The third question is, what will this team shoot from 3 in the line, which I didn't even bother answering.
All right. They shot like 33% last year from 3.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 37% this year.
I'll go 34.
Wow.
You may say. I mean, how many times we get our hopes up for them to make it a big improvement in an area one year to the next, and they don't?
I mean, I just think that you're going to have guys that shoot it. The guys that shoot it better.
Probably not, but sure.
That's
hopefully.
True. That's true. Free throw shooting. I think they were 70-ish% last year. Almost 68% this year because Ty is going to get to the line more, and probably Sincere.
66.
Gonna drag that down. So 66.
I was about to go like 62, but I didn't want to go that far. Might be a little much. So there you go, Ray Finkel. Thank you. All right, the next one is from at Illini 112 or Illini 112. Non-conference. Sure. Yeah. Don't know. Non-conference record prediction.
We both predicted the same thing. It looks like
in different ways. Yes.
Just in different ways. I got this team going 8-3 in the non-conference. Wins against Eastern Illinois, Oakland, Valparaiso, Southern, Western, FAU, Missouri, and Fairleigh Dickinson.
And we'll have time to touch up these predictions.
My losses.
A couple months from now.
Well, yeah, when we actually do the real ones. But
yeah.
This is just right now with what we got. My losses are Marquette, Colgate, and Tennessee. I think Illinois is going to have I think they're going to have a disappointing game. And we're just going to be like ready to jump off the ship. So that's Colgate.
I have them starting 7-0, which is very reminiscent of your Big Ten prediction last year. Them starting 17-0, which was really, really good stuff. So I have them losing to Florida Atlantic. 3 losses in a row, by the way. Losing to Florida Atlantic. Well, there's games in between, so.
When was the last time Brad lost 3 games in a row? Well, I guess, Big Ten games. What if he loses 5 in a row?
That would be funny. Tennessee loss, Missouri lost because why the hell not? And then I have them winning all the other games. I don't know why you think that they're going to lose to Colgate. That's stupid.
Just got a feeling, man.
No. Illinois, no.
They're going to try to outshoot them, and they can't.
They're not going to do that.
So.
They're gonna overwhelm them defensively and get them ready for playing Patriot League basketball.
I asked when the last time Brad Underwood lost 3 games in a row.
The end of last season.
Yep. Purdue, Big Ten game, tournament game.
They lost like 20 games in a row, pretty much. Just to give you a reference point of Colgate in the non-conference against power conference opponents, they lost to Auburn by 27 last year. And that was a team that went 26-9.
Bergie says 5 in a row losses would be elite. I don't think Brad would be saying elite after that.
And in 2020, they went 25-9. They lost to Clemson by 13, Syracuse by 16, Auburn by 29. So,
what are you talking about?
Colgate.
Oh,
that's a more ridiculous prediction than you think, but you'll change it in 2 months.
And well, yeah, they'll be 11-0 in 2 months. Don't worry.
I'm sure you'll go there. Yeah, I do have them beating Marquette, which is notable. Home game. I'll probably change that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Give it 2 months. I think our prediction show will probably be about 2 months from now.
Yeah.
So
right before the Kansas exhibition.
Yep. Which we'll figure all the stuff out for that. But all right, I think we're done here. I'm going to prove that I don't care about how long this goes because
hey, look at you. Hey, I do want to. I'm going to be on a podcast on Friday. I know you probably don't want to come to it. I already asked you if you want, but my friend, it's called Garage Beer Shenanigans. We're going to talk about Illini basketball. He's a Michigan State fan. Talk about the podcast, things like that. So. If you want to stop by for that or listen to that, it's called Garage Beer Shenanigans. And maybe Ethan will come over and have a seltzer with us.
You know, I think my schedule's a little packed for that.
When is it? Busy Friday night. Friday at 6:30.
Let's see. Friday.
So if you want to come down.
Probably can't see. Yeah. All right, we'll see.
I hear that you've gotten a little busy. You can't do some podcasts.
That's a good point. A little busy schedule, a little too, it'll cost people, put it that way.
Yep.
Not money-wise, but other ways. So, all right, that'll do it for us. We'll be back, I don't know, sometime.
Hey, that's a good question.
Maybe we'll have a guest on in September or something.
Yeah, maybe we can get Armchair Illini on.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Come on. So,
but yeah, screw the Kingfisher. Non-conference schedule out. Spain trip done. The guys got to get back in the gym, play better, and Illinois could be a team next year. So
a team.
See you next time. 9